Good evening, everyone. Myself, Naveen Kumar. I am today topic is round robin scheduling algorithm, and we have round robin scheduling algorithm overview. First, we have primitive scheduling. Means what CPU can stop a running process anytime when quantum ends, and this prevents CPU hanging and gives fair CPU time to every process. And the second one is the fixed time quantum. Means the time quantum is the art of the algorithm. It must be small enough for responsiveness but big enough to reduce overhead. For example, we used 1 millisecond, 2 millisecond, and even 100 millisecond, depending on OS design. And third one is cyclic execution. Means round robin uses a circular queue, and the scheduler starts from the first processor, goes to the next after, and comes back to the start again. And this ensures a systematic, predictable execution pattern. And fourth one is optimized performance. Means the round robin tries to maintain good CPU utilization, low waiting time, good turnaround time, and best response time. Means it is ideal for general purpose multitasking. And third slide is the importance of time quantum in round robin. Means if quantum is a critical parameter in the round robin algorithm, the duration is a process can execute before a context switch occurs. Its value significantly impacts system responsibly and effectively. For example, we have 1 millisecond means CPU switches process very frequently. High context switching overhead, and it will more time wasted on saving and restoring states than executing process. And it reduces the CPU efficiency but gives better responsiveness. And if quantum is too large, means for example 50 millisecond, means the system behave like FCFS, first come first serve. It will cause like a longer waiting time, poor responsiveness, and short job wait too long. The third one, find optimal balance, means the quantum should be large enough to reduce context switches and small enough to ensure good responsiveness. Means commonly it give the optimal results. And the next slide, here we are comparing quantum values like 1, 2, 3, and 4 units are for anything. For example, we take on quantum equal to 1 means it is very small and it will maximum fairness and high number of context switches and CPU time wasted on switching, and it is good for short interactive task, and it is worst for CPU bound long process, and it is the result in the highest context switches leading to significant overhead and may offer lower average turnaround time for extremely short process but generally reduced CPU efficiency. And we now for a real world example, typing a key on keyboard, we want instant response but a small quantum helps. And we take on quantum equal to 2, fewer context switches compared to q is equal to 1, and more CPU time actually used for executing task like balance performance suitable for general workload. And it is offer reduced context switches compared to first unit, and it provide a better balance for CPU utilization. And unit is equal to 3 units means it achieve the further reduction in context switches, optimizing the balance between process and execution switching. And it is fewer context switches and suitable for mixed overload, or means it a short plus long job. This quantum often gives lowest waiting time for many common process set. And quantum number 4 means leads to the fewest context switches, which might seem efficiently but can result in longer waiting times for short process. And it is a but waiting time increases for shorter tasks, and system start behaving like FCFS and good only for long CPU bound task. And next slide is Advantage and disadvantage of round robin. Here, round advantage means fairness, means it will ensure process get equal turn, no starvation, unlike priority or SJF. And second one is simplicity, means round robin is easy to implement using the ready queue and fixed timer, interrupt and context switching mechanism. And we have third one, last one is good response time, means it is a ideal for interactive system like chat apps, browser, OS, GUI and etc. And users feel that programs are responding quickly. And the disadvantage is high context switching overhead, means it is particularly with small quantum, more switching, more overhead, lower performance. And second one is performance dependency or quantum size, means the algorithm performance is highly sensitive to the chosen quantum size. Inappropriate size can lead to poor efficiency, means too large means it becomes the FCFS like. And the scheduler performance heavily depends on choosing the right quantum. And last one is longer turnaround time for long processor, means it since CPU keeps switching, long jobs take longer to finish, process completion time will increases. And next slide is conclusion, means it will we have no universal quantum or no one size fit all solution, means it will different system and overload workload need different quantum values like uh, the operating system we have the goal like burst time and process specific. And trade off or overhead versus responsiveness, means a quantum that is a too small generates exclusive overhead from frequent context switches, means here we have small quantum means good responsiveness but more overhead, large quantum means less overhead but poor interactive. OS designers must balance this too. And next one is practical rule or practical recommendation, means which one choose quantum near the average CPU burst time for the best result. For example, we have the average burst time is equal to 6 millisecond. Quantum can be 4 to 8 millisecond. Dynamic adjustment means we have modern OS may adjust may quantum during runtime based on number of processors, CPU load, type of workload. It gives smarter and more efficient scheduling. Thank you.